I'm here for July 4th weekend. It is a heat wave. I am hot as hell. It is extremely hot out here. Applied my sunblock and I'm ready to go into the pool.
Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
Welcome everyone to the July 2026 edition of Bosch's World. I am your host, Ron E. Bosch, and what a July it has been. It has been a very busy month, most of which isn't even stuff being covered on Bosch's World. But let's start off with July 1st, when a couple went up to the Empire State Building, which is right there, right behind me, to wish me 100 days till Boschtober, and also got engaged. All jokes aside, that's pretty crazy that that couple climbed the Empire State Building and got arrested, but pretty badass proposal, almost as good as my proposal on the beach, which I disguised as a family photo shoot. Moving on to July 4th weekend, the longest I ever spent in Pennsylvania for July 4th weekend. I think we were out there for 5 or 6 days, so almost a whole week out there enjoying the sun during a crazy heat wave. It's hot right now, I'm sweating right now, and it's about in the 80s here. It was over 100 that week.
We are here in Pennsylvania. Tia Nati, say hi. Hi, Theo, say hello. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi. Say hi, Dad. Hi, Arkham. Hey, Fergie. Say hi, Fergie. Hi, Lupe. Say hi, Mama. There goes Ronnie, the DJ.
Just do it again.
The majority of that weekend was spent relaxing in the pool. It was so hot that the water in the pool was actually hot. So it's not like, it wasn't even like that feeling of jumping into the pool where it's like, oh my God, it's freezing. It was like, oh my God, the water is just as warm as the heat outside. And of course, when I'm out there, it's a barbecue. I'm gonna eat all the food that I can.
Yay, hot dogs and hamburgers.
I had some high noons. We ran out, so all that was left to order was some White Claws. So I had to order a ton of White Claws. It was a fun, relaxing weekend to be able to get away for a week, to get away from the city, the heat in the city. Like, at least I was able to get into the pool every day.
It is July 4th. There is still a heat wave. It is still hot as hell.
Si te quieres divertir.
Let's get a conga line. Just get in the conga line. It was just an awesome time with the family, especially because so much was happening in the city that week with the America 250, with Taylor Swift getting married in the garden, the heat wave, you had to keep your ACs at a certain level. I was so happy to be away from my beautiful New York City behind me. A little bittersweet because this might be the last Ronny and Arkham for a few months. I'm happy for them for this opportunity, but I'm also sad because I miss all you guys, but I know this is bigger and better things, and I can't wait to see you guys when you come back. Love you guys. I wish you all the best, and we're all here rooting for you guys from New York.
Should I Uber eat some high noons?
Oh my God, this bottle is like burning hot. I'm putting her in the shade. On top of the heat wave, the air quality was also at an all-time high in New York City. It wasn't orange skies in 2023 high. This photo is not photoshopped at all. This photo is not altered. That is what the sky looked like that week in the summer of 2023, but I had plans. I needed to go to Fanatics Fest. Finally inside. The line coming in was pretty smooth. So it was my second time attending Fanatics Fest. I did go back in 2024. But it was just like such a crazy weekend because I believe I worked the night before, went to Fanatics Fest, and then I probably like went home, passed out, and I had my one-day trip to Boston the following day for the show in Kowloon. I felt like I spent the entire time just hopping on lines back to back from Liv Morgan to CM Punk to LA Knight to Tiffany Stratton, and then getting my autograph from Jade. That was another long ass line. Like I barely had time to really get to enjoy Fanatics Fest, which is kind of like Comic-Con but for sports and wrestling. And I mean, I've been a wrestling fan my whole life. I've been a sports fan for a whole month. I feel like I only really got to do like the UFC stuff and getting into the octagon, getting pictures with Mike and Nick. Again, I was only doing one day, but I wanted to make the most of it. I got some awesome photo ops. I got a photo op with Iyo Sky doing her signature pose. I got a photo with Stephanie Vaquer, who just came back last night on Monday Night Raw. Jose Alvarado of the New York Knicks, which was the only Nick I could afford that wasn't sold out. Awesome getting a picture with him being the hometown boy from NYC. And I got this cool, it's like an AI trading card where they take a picture of my face and I got to choose the body and the pose and all that stuff. I got a photo with Dennis Rodman of the Chicago Bulls, former member of the NWO. Rodman just falls into that category of just like, not just a sports athlete, not just somebody that made wrestling appearances, but like a pop culture icon of that time. I've wanted to meet Mike Tyson forever. I knew I needed a photo with him, again, not just because he was a member of DX, but another just pop culture icon, boxer. I need my DX photo, and he was always famous for doing the DX crotch shot, but like his hands were always like up here at like his stomach. And all I said was, hey, can we just do the DX? And he was like all for it. He looks hilarious. It's just one of my favorite photo ops of all time. Once again, I got my photos with the belts, not only the UFC belt, but the BMF belt that was introduced by The Rock, so it's only fitting because I'm wearing that Rock shirt. There was like a 360 drone cam from the NHL. Here's the video. I got a picture with the Lombardi trophy, got the Premier League trophy. When I was taking the photo, the guy was asking me what my favorite team was. I said, I have no idea, I'm just posing with the trophy. The Paris Saint-Germain. The Paris Saint-Germain trophy, I got this awesome photo op with those trophies as well. Back in 2019 at Access, I did do the wrestler entrance with Cheyenne, his nephew Matthew, and Xavier. We did the Shield. And since then, all of the Access or World or Fanatics events that I've attended, it's always jam-packed in that section. It's always impossible to get on the line to get an entrance. But as I was leaving, there were only like 5 people there. As you can see by the crowd, when I show the video, there's like 6 people there in the crowd watching me with the Rock button-down shirt. I wanted to do my Rock entrance. I also wanted them to play the final boss, but I guess I had to specify between the Rock and the final boss. But anyway, here is my Rock entrance.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
And another thing that meant a lot to me was throwing on that JR Scar jersey for the first time in 17 years since my last match in 2009.
Now I'm gonna wear this to do the jump into the ring.
I already had the jersey with me from storage. I'll explain why in a few. Because I already had it with me and I saw people posting from day one of Fanatics Fest of them like jumping into the ring onto a big crash pad. First of all, I wasn't even like crazy about doing it because I was like, I haven't done anything remotely athletic in forever. But I said, you know what? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it with the JR Scar jersey because that is my wrestling persona. Not that I was ever a high flyer to begin with as a backyard wrestler. I had to do it. But first I saw one booth that had it was a TikTok photo booth, but they printed out the trading cards and put them in a little protective cover, which I thought was pretty awesome. So I got that one done first, then waited online for the WWE one. I know as I was on the line, they said you can't flip off the off the ledge. I said, don't worry, I had no intentions of doing so. I barely even want to jump off this thing.
3, 2, 1. There you go.
It just looks like I'm falling rather than jumping. But I thought it looked hilarious. At least it makes for a funny moment. It makes for a nominee for funniest moment at the Boschy Awards. And they printed out the trading card also, which was pretty cool. Right away, I just started having fun with it. First, posting on social media, me jumping to Chariots of Fire. And then I thought of the poster for the movie The Wrestler, where like the movie ends with him jumping from the top ropes. I was like, it's either gonna look really good or it's gonna look so bad that I can just get so much material out of it that I can make fun of it for years to come, where I'm probably gonna be making fun of it 10 years from now. That 5-second clip gave me material for years. And as I was trying to find my way out of the 3rd floor to make it back downstairs for my photo ops, I saw Carl Anthony Towns of the New York Knicks, who would appear the next night on Saturday night's main event as Cathausen. So the reason I had the JR Scar jersey with me was a special request. Let's rewind back to 2005. It was my grandmother's 69th birthday. So I took a picture of her wearing the jersey on her birthday, and my mom said, bring the jersey, I'm gonna wear it. As you remember, a couple months ago, I went to see Sarper from 90 Day Fiance with Cheyenne in April at the Broadway Comedy Club, and he was back again this month, and it just happened to land on my mother's birthday on July 21st. So I said, hey mom, if you're interested, I know you're a fan of 90 Day as well. We're both a fan of Sarper. If you want to come into the city and go check out the show, that'll be my birthday gift to you and we can hang out. I just want to give Sarper a shout out because he was giving all of the proceeds to his show for Jenny from 90 Day Fiance, who is battling ALS. The fact that the proceeds were going to such a good cause, I'm glad I can help in any way. The show was a lot of fun. I was afraid he would be using a lot of material that he used back in December when I saw him, but it was actually a lot of new material. He was great. There were also other cast members up there in the front with us. Greg and his wife, they live in Long Island, and Sean, who was the hairdresser in Vegas. My mom loves him, so I did ask him after the show if he minded taking a picture with my mother. It's her birthday, and we got our picture with Sarper after the show. I also told Sarper it was her birthday to wish her a happy birthday, and on the way to Port Authority in Times Square, I got her to take the photos with the jersey. So here she is posing the front of the jersey and showing off the back of the jersey, the same jersey that she cut up down the back back in 2003, and my grandma sewed it back up. So to have both of them wear it for their birthdays is a pretty surreal full circle moment, but I'm glad I got to hang out with my mom for her birthday, which is very rare considering she does not live in the States. So her coming out here to spend the evening with me was a lot of fun, and I'm glad I was able to do that for her and with her. And speaking of my mom's birthday, here's the throwback of the month where I'm going to announce the 3rd and final Bosch timelines that will be released this year, and I'm going to show the section of her birthday from that year because it was very monumental. So for this month's Throwback of the Month, I am announcing the next Bosch timelines. We are going back a quarter century to 2001. Here is the intro for the Bosch timelines 2001. The year was 2001. Freshman year of high school, just trying to find my place in a brand new environment. What started as me being the quiet kid in the corner slowly turned into becoming the class clown, the center of attention. My neighborhood friends already knew that side of me, the kid who'd mess with strangers, jump out of garbage bags to scare pedestrians, and push the limits just to get a reaction. But 2001 was different. This was the year I started building something new, forming my own crew. It was a time of wild fashion choices, questionable hairstyles, and doing everything I could to stay one step ahead of getting caught for my shenanigans. While 2001 will always be remembered for one of the most tragic events of our lifetime, for me, it was something else too. It was the year I came into my own. Questionable fashion choices? On this shirt? This is a beautiful Bruce Lee shirt. Anyways, we just showed my mom's birthday, going to see Sarper. Let's go back to her birthday from 2001 where she accomplished something unbelievable.
But I'll be a superwoman every day.
Not only was it my mom's birthday, it was also the day of her long-awaited black belt test, and I never doubted her for a second. She went out there and earned it on her first try. Out of the three of us, she was the only one to reach that level, and I was proud of her. So yes, my mom became a black belt on her birthday in 2001. It was definitely awesome to witness her accomplishing a goal that she set out to do. And like I said, she was the only one in our family to accomplish that goal. So I was extremely proud of her. It was also the inspiration for the April Fool's spot that I did earlier this year. Come on, Mom. Yeah, the Bosch Timelines 2001, such a monumental year. Like, not only did I kind of like come into my own that year, I was starting high school. So I kind of like went from like that quiet kid to like somehow becoming like the class clown and getting into trouble, doing crazy shit. Like, obviously I will cover the tragedy of 9/11 because my school was not that far from it and I was actually able to hear it from my classroom. But on top of that, things that people probably wouldn't even know about me, that me and my friends would just be bugging out in church or wrestling after church, the garbage bag trick, I'm bowling, I'm playing pool, watching the Super Bowl, being at Aaliyah's memorial, being at the grand opening of the Toys R Us in Times Square. I also attended my first concert, my first wrestling meet and greets at WWF New York. So a lot of like monumental moments that not many people even know that I was at. When I started working on this one actually like a few months ago, this one was just a lot of fun because I feel like 2016 was so recent that it doesn't really feel like much has changed since then. Like I was already working full time as an editor, going on vacation. So I feel like a lot of that stuff felt like it was only yesterday. And like 2006, with the exception of like Natalie being born and meeting April and all the parties, it was such a traumatic year. Like everything that I left out of that. But like as I'm watching it, I'm aware of what I'm leaving out. So I'm kind of like reliving those moments as well. So yes, this wasn't like the smoothest year, but it was a lot of fun like going back because there was like that pure innocence to it as well. Like, I mean, not that I was being innocent because I was doing my fair share of like stupid things, but it was, I think it was just like the innocence of like not having social media, not having my cell phone. I couldn't capture this footage unless I was carrying a camera with me. Like unless I had my camcorder or unless I had like a disposable camera, I would have not been able to capture these moments, whereas now I can capture every moment walking down the street. So I think that was a lot of fun, and getting that footage and gathering all that and not knowing if I had enough. I think the most difficult thing was doing the soundtrack because there wasn't as many chapters, but so many good songs in 2001. Such an awesome year of music where I kind of had to like limit myself to one song per artist that I'm a fan of and putting out an extra bonus playlist on Spotify, which will have all of the songs I would have loved to have used at that time. And I even designed the disc to look like the mixtapes that I would have my friend burn for me at the time, where I would give him a list of songs, he would burn it for me, and when he would give it to me, I would put Statty Mix, volume, whatever, and I think I had like 10 or 15 by the end of that school year. So definitely check out Bosch Timelines 2001 once it drops later in August. Another announcement I have to make, as much as I love the Boschy Awards, we needed to add to it. The Boschy Awards celebrates the present, celebrates this year. We needed to celebrate the past and the history of Bosch Star Productions. So I am announcing the Boschy Awards Hall of Fame. There will be 6 categories plus the cameo wing. A person who made a one-time appearance in any of my videos, whether it be in the background, whether they decided to interact with the camera, whatever the case may be, it is an 8-person tournament that is currently going on my Instagram at Bosch Star Prod. So be sure to vote in the semifinals and the finals to crown the first cameo wing inductee of the Boschy Awards Hall of Fame. Just to give a quick rundown, we have Chada, the earring lady that I would buy my earrings from at the Port Authority. We have Toys R Us Gus, who dressed up as a doctor and worked at the Toys R Us in Times Square.
You want some free sidewalk chop?
We have the Double Take Diva, who saw me jump out of a garbage bag, didn't react, felt bad, went back and screamed. We have the Garbage Bag Bolter, who saw the garbage bag and had the opposite reaction when he ran away. We have 2 duos. We have the 2 old men arguing in the train, the Subway Squabblers, because the man in the overalls was singing about spanking his wife and the man in the straw hat was very offended by that song.
What are you trying to ruin my day for?
We have the Boss Sober Blondes, who are the girls that we convinced to wish me a happy birthday on my 18th birthday in Times Square.
Happy birthday, Ronnie.
Ironically, this happened on the same train ride, sitting across from each other. We had the woman that was digging in her mouth, picking at her teeth, sitting next to me, and I had no clue what was happening. I was completely oblivious to it. And across from her, we had the train MC who started freestyling against the guy who was complaining about our music and called us assholes.
If I'm an asshole, you're the hole of the ass.
By now, only 4 of those remain in the semifinals, and the voting will be this week as well as the finals. So I can't wait to see who gets crowned as the inaugural Cameo Cup winner. And on top of that, we have our 6 main categories. These are categories that are already pretty much recognized at the Boschy Awards, but I want to recognize the all-time winners in these categories. And in the future, I may have voting. I may just go with my instincts. This year, I kind of went with my instincts, like what is the first moment or picture or thing that comes to mind when you think of this category. We have the landmark location, which is just a place that means a lot, whether it be Bosch Star, in my life, memories there. There's only one place that comes to mind first. We have the epic photo ops that will stand the test of time. I knew which one needed to be it. We have the best karaoke performance, and for that one, it will be what may be one of, if not my first public karaoke performance. We have the iconic outfit. What is the first outfit that comes to mind? I'll give you a big clue. It played a big role in this month's episode. Best media appearance. Obviously, I kind of went with my first media appearance, but it's a pretty epic one. And last but not least, the funniest moment. Now, I went with the funniest moment. It has never appeared on this YouTube channel until the Bosch Timelines 2001. So it will be part of Bosch Timelines 2001, and it will be honored. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick teaser. All of the inductees will be announced next month on Bosch's World. The one requirement, it has to be at least 10 years. So it has to be from 2016 or earlier. And as we go on, then more will be able to qualify. How that will work, I will do a ceremony for them and do individual video packages for each one. I actually show all the inductees on last month's episode of Bosch's World, but if you blinked, you missed it. You gotta be quick. You might have missed it. You might have missed it. So yeah, we are about halfway through this summer. So many exciting changes. Follow me on X at I am the Bosch Man. You already know it's a 0, not an O. Follow on Instagram at BoschStarProd. On Facebook /BoschStar Productions. Grab the merch on redbubble.com/BoschStar and subscribe to the channel. Just remember, we're trying to get to 500 by 40. So thank you guys once again for tuning in to Bosch's World. I will see you all next month. I hope you guys are enjoying all of the content. Oh, check out the Fanatics Fest vlog that I just put out earlier this week. I love that somebody walks out here right as I'm finishing the episode. Follow Rebel. She's also been recently diagnosed with ALS, and just putting her story out there, and somehow has the most positive attitude despite going through all of this. And it breaks my heart because I've met Rebel several times over the last 12 years at the conventions. I met her back in 2014. Again, got this awesome photo with her in 2016. I actually have that banner. Saw her again most recently in 2019. I have autographs from her. Not many people know this. The first ever TNA show I attended was her debut match, so I was there for her first 2 matches, and every time I've met her, she's just been so sweet. So to see her going through this breaks my heart. It's tough to even like watch her videos, even as positive as she is. I am just praying for her, praying that everything goes well. Follow her journey, support her, even if you're not a wrestling fan. What she's doing over there is so inspirational. Getting everybody to the Ice Bucket Challenge like it's 2014 again.
Here we go. Oh, shit!
A lot of the wrestling community, no matter what organization, is supporting her, so it's very heartwarming to see that. And I'm wearing my Rebel Heart shirt or my Rebel Heart bracelet in honor of Rebel and her ALS challenge. I'm gonna do the Ice Bucket Challenge, first time in like 12 years. For more information, go to iamals.org, and I am nominating anybody who's watching this to also participate. So let's not waste any time. Let me get my ice bucket ready, put my mic away, close this door, and dump all the ice and water on me. All right, here we go. Oh shit.